Okay, so I'm going to talk you through the answers for question 1 to 4. So if you grab out a green pen, you can mark as we go. So write 36 as a product of its prime factors. I always find it useful to write the first few prime numbers at the top of my page. Now we use our factor tree. So we think what number multiplies together to get 36. We pick 2 and 18. You could have also picked 3 and 12 and so on. There's loads of different ways. I've circled number 2 because it's prime. That means I don't need to break it down. 18 is not prime, so I need to keep breaking that one down. That gives me 2 times 9, and then finally 9 breaks down to 3 times 3. Now your hint here in your question tells you that it's a product. Therefore, we need to multiply our numbers in our circles together. You can either write the answer like I've shown below, or you can write it as 2 squared times 3 squared. In our second question, it tells you that Kiara is 7 years older than Jay. So if we say that Jay is X years old, then that means Kiara must be X plus 7. And it then tells you that Martha is twice as old as Kiara. So we would need to do 2 times Kiara's age. If we multiply out that bracket, we would get 2x plus 14. It then tells you that the sum of their ages is 77. So if we add together our 3 expressions and put that equal to 77, we've got an equation which we can now solve. If we collect together our like terms, we get 4x plus 21 is equal to 77. We can now rearrange and solve. So we get x equals to 14. Just read the question carefully. It wants us to find the ratio of Jay's age to Kiara's age to Martha's age. So Jay, Kiara, Martha. We know that Jay is X, so that's just 14. Kiara is 7 years older, so 21. And Martha is twice as old as Kiara. So your final answer should look like that. First of all, we're going to use the fact that we know opposite angles in a parallelogram are equal. So this is my parallelogram, and I would know that this angle here is 75 because opposite angles in a parallelogram are equal. The reason I have to write that reason is because it tells you need a reason with each stage. I can also work out that this angle here is 35 degrees because the opposite angles are equal. That comes from that proof where we know opposite angles here are equal and also these two angles are equal. We get that X shape. Now we've got 2 angles in this triangle. We know the third angle, the angle which it wants us to prove is 70, must be 180 minus the 75 plus 35. That equals to 180 minus 110, so we've just proven that that must be 70. And again we use the fact that angles in a triangle equal to 180 degrees. To get all of your marks, you need to state all of those reasons alongside your working out. Our fourth question. So, it tells you the diagram's made from 3 different circles, and that she says that 1/3 of the logo is shaded. So if we work out the area of the large circle, where we know our radius is 4 plus 3 plus 3, which is 10, we know area is pi r squared. So in other words, 10 squared times pi, or 100 pi. Now, if we work out the area of the grey circle, so this would have a radius of 7 this time, because we'd go from the centre all the way to the edge, which is 7. So therefore the area of the grey and the white circle in the middle is equal to pi times 7 squared. which is 49 pi. If we then work out the area of the smallest circle, so the white one in the middle, this would be equal to pi times 4 squared, or in other words, 16 pi. To get the area of the grey circle, we would know that it's the area of the entire circle, subtract the area of the smaller circle in the middle, and that's going to leave us with the grey part. So area of the grey is equal to 49 pi subtract 16 pi, which is equal to 33 pi. So now we need to show that it is or isn't a third of the total area. So if the grey area is 33 pi and the entire logo is 100 pi, if we put 33 pi over 100 pi, we can simplify this to 33 over 100. This does not simplify to 1/3. It does not equal 1/3 because we know 1/3 actually is 33.3 recurring, and this does not equal to 33.3 recurring. So therefore Daisy is incorrect.